That lingering loveliness from Bolognese to Bliss. Oh, the familiar sight. A tub of leftover Bolognese sauce. It sits there in the fridge, looking rather hopeful, doesn't it? We all have it, my darlings, that rich, wonderful, meaty sauce. It was absolutely gorgeous the first time around, naturally. But now what are we to do with it? Another plate of spaghetti? Well, perhaps, but I think we can be a little more inventive, can't we? Let's not allow this culinary treasure to go to waste. Food waste is such a terribly dreary thought after all, and we are all about joy here. It's a common kitchen story, isn't it, this predicament? You lovingly prepare a big, beautiful batch of Bolognese. Everyone adores it, of course, and sings your praises, but there's almost always a little bit left over. Or sometimes, if you're lucky, quite a substantial amount remains, and it seems to stare back at you with a silent plea each time you open the fridge door, accusingly almost, as if to say, "Don't forget me." We make solemn promises to ourselves that we'll use it, but often, sadly, it gets forgotten, pushed to the chilly back regions. Oh, the quiet guilt. We simply must banish this feeling, my friends, and find a delicious solution. But imagine, just for a fleeting moment, a little bit of kitchen magic, a truly simple transformation. We are taking that already delicious, flavor-packed base, and then, with a flourish, turning it into something entirely new. Something exciting and vibrant. Something with a delightful little kick of spice, perhaps. A warming, deeply comforting bowl of chili con carne. Yes, chili. It is so much easier than you might think, I promise you. It's a culinary conjuring trick, really. And you, my dear, are the gifted magician in this scenario. Your leftover Bolognese is the star of this rather spectacular show. This isn't about complicated, fussy cooking, not in the slightest. This is all about clever cooking, smart, resourceful cooking. The kind of cooking that makes you feel rather smug and pleased with yourself. And rightly so, I say. We're going to take that beautiful, rich Bolognese, and we are going to gently coax it into a brand new life. A spicy, vibrant, utterly delicious new existence. So let us say a firm goodbye to food waste, and a very enthusiastic hello to a fabulous new meal. Are you quite ready for this delightful little kitchen adventure? I truly thought so. Think about your lovely Bolognese for just a moment. It's already absolutely packed to the brim with gorgeous flavour, isn't it? Those wonderful tomatoes, the rich, savoury meat, perhaps some sweet onions and pungent garlic. Maybe even a delicate hint of fragrant herbs. It's a truly fantastic starting point for our new creation. A really good solid foundation for our soon-to-be chili. We're not starting from scratch here, you see, not at all. We are, in fact, already halfway to deliciousness. This is a glorious shortcut, a secret path, a rather wonderful one, if you ask me. It's practically cheating, but in the very best, most satisfying possible way. So, what exactly is it that turns our beloved Italian friend into a feisty Tex-Mex hero? Well, it's all about a few carefully chosen, clever additions. The most important of these, of course, are the beans. Kidney beans are the absolute classic choice, aren't they? Plump, handsome, and wonderfully satisfying. And then, naturally, come the spices. This is precisely where the real, transformative magic truly happens. Aromatic cumin, a good measure of chili powder, perhaps a touch of smoky paprika for depth. These are the key ingredients. They bring the essential warmth, the comforting depth, the unmistakable chili character we crave. It's a veritable symphony of flavors just waiting to happen in your pan. The actual process is delightfully, reassuringly simple. You'll begin by gently warming your leftover Bolognese in a suitable pan. Then you'll introduce those lovely beans to the party. Let them get acquainted with the sauce for a moment. Next, stir in those wonderful fragrant spices, and then you just let it all simmer together contentedly. Not for an excessively long time, mind you, just enough for all those distinct flavors to meld beautifully, to deepen and intensify, to become something even more than the sum of their parts. The aroma will soon start to fill your kitchen. Oh, that glorious, inviting smell. It's the very scent of comfort, of enveloping warmth, of a truly good meal brewing. This transformation is wonderfully, refreshingly quick. It's absolutely perfect for a busy weeknight meal, for those evenings when you desperately want something deeply satisfying and delicious, but you simply don't have hours and hours to spend pottering about in the kitchen. Your marvellous Bolognese has already done most of the really hard work for you. All that patient, slow cooking, the careful development of those rich flavours. Now we're just giving it a little encouraging nudge, a gentle push in a new, thoroughly exciting direction. It's like a speedy culinary makeover. Quick, incredibly easy, and utterly fabulous. You'll feel so wonderfully clever and so you should. Right then, my darlings, let's gather our few magical ingredients for this delightful transformation. You'll obviously need your leftover Bolognese sauce, the star itself. About 500 grams, or 2 generous brimming cups, should do quite nicely for a start. Then you will require 1 standard can of kidney beans. Make sure they are drained and thoroughly rinsed, please. That step is rather important for the final texture. For our essential spices, we'll use 2 level teaspoons of good chili powder, 1 level teaspoon of ground cumin, and perhaps half a teaspoon of smoked paprika if you happen to have it. A little olive oil for the pan, and that's nearly everything. See, so wonderfully simple. Now, for the enchanting method to bring it all together, find yourself a nice sturdy saucepan or a deep accommodating frying pan. Add just a small splash of good olive oil to the base. Just a little will do. Allow it to warm gently over a medium heat on your hob. Now, carefully and gently tip in your leftover Bolognese sauce. Let it heat through slowly, stirring it occasionally with a wooden spoon. We want it to become warm and thoroughly welcoming, not bubbling away furiously just yet, mind you. This is a process of gentle coaxing. We are persuading it, not forcing it. So take your time, relax, and enjoy the simple process of creation. Once your Bolognese is nicely warmed all the way through, it's time to introduce the beans. Add your drained and rinsed kidney beans directly into the pan. Give them a good, thorough stir. Let them mingle happily with the rich sauce for a minute or two. Now it's time for those all-important spices. Sprinkle in your chili powder with a flourish. Then add the ground cumin and that lovely, smoky paprika if you're using it for extra depth. Stir everything together really, really well now. Make absolutely sure those wonderful spices are coating everything beautifully and evenly. The color will start to change before your eyes. It will become richer, deeper, more intense. Now you need to reduce the heat underneath your pan to low. Allow your fledgling chili to simmer very gently. For about 15 to 20 minutes should be quite sufficient. This crucial simmering time allows all those wonderful, distinct flavors to get to know each other properly. To marry, as they say in culinary circles. Stir it now and then just to make sure that nothing is sticking to the bottom of the pan. You'll see it thicken slightly as it simmers. The aroma emanating from your kitchen will be utterly irresistible by now. Have a little taste. Does it need anything extra? Perhaps a tiny pinch of salt or a grinding of black pepper? Trust your instincts, my dear cook. Now, the truly enjoyable part begins, my friends. This is where you get to make this chili genuinely your own. Let's talk about the level of spice, shall we? Some of us like it hot and fiery, while some prefer a much gentler warmth. If you enjoy a mild, comforting heat, then the recipe I've given is quite perfect as it is. For those who crave a bit more fire, simply add an extra pinch or 2 of chili powder, or perhaps a bold dash of your favorite bottled hot sauce. A finely chopped fresh chili seeds and all, if you dare, can also be added along with the other spices for an extra kick. Just be a little careful, my darlings. You can always add more heat. But it's much harder to take it away, but it's not just about the heat, is it? There are so many other lovely, interesting things you can add to enhance your chili. A handful of frozen sweet corn, perhaps, tossed in with the beans. It brings a delightful sweetness and a pleasant change in texture. Some chopped bell peppers, vibrant red, sunny yellow, or even green, can be quickly sautéed in the pan before you add the Bolognese for extra color and flavor. For a surprising touch of luxurious richness, some very clever cooks swear by adding a small square of good dark chocolate, stirred in right at the very end until it melts completely. It sounds a little unusual, I know, but it adds a wonderful, mysterious depth. Do experiment. The very best part of this simple culinary magic trick, in my opinion. You've successfully saved that lovely Bolognese from a potentially sad, forgotten fate. You've cleverly given it a brand new, exciting lease of life, and in doing so you've created a truly delicious, hearty and satisfying meal with wonderfully minimal effort. That's certainly something to feel genuinely good about, isn't it? Reducing food waste in our kitchens is so very important nowadays, and when the solution tastes this incredibly good, it's an absolute pleasure, not a chore. Every single spoonful is a little victory, a quiet triumph of kitchen common sense and joyful creativity. So I wholeheartedly urge you, the next time you find yourself with leftover bolognese, please don't despair or sigh. Instead, think of the glorious possibilities that await. Remember this wonderfully simple spell that we've talked about today. Transform it into a glorious, warming, spicy chili. Serve it proudly with fluffy rice or a cooling dollop of sour cream, perhaps some freshly grated cheese or a scattering of bright, fresh coriander leaves. Whatever it is that makes your heart sing, embrace your inner kitchen alchemist, my dears, and please enjoy every single flavorful, wonderfully waste-free bite. You've truly earned it, my clever, resourceful cooks. Happy cooking to you all.